I am so glad you are here. I'm going to hop over to Instagram for just a moment so I can go live there too. Glad you're joining us. It's Sunday, the 9th of February, 2025, and I have been talking a lot about energy work, especially energy work through Reiki. Thought we'd go over what it should be like when you are getting Reiki done to you. What should you expect to feel, to have to process through, and how you can tell if the Reiki is working, if you are meshing with the way your Reiki practitioner works. They can be a wonderful Reiki practitioner and not be the right one for you. So it's something to keep in mind, even if they're fabulous and they do wonders for your friends, they might not be your Reiki practitioner. And here's how to tell. You might feel the energy moving in your body while the person is working on you. It's going to depend on your sensitivity, but you might feel a sensation of warmth or of tingling. And it doesn't have to be related to where their hands are, because the Reiki energy goes where it needs to go. So it might really center and focus on an area that surprises everybody in the room, even you. You might feel something that you can't quite define, but it feels different. Those are those subtle energies that some people feel easily. Others don't. So there are those of us who need more concrete signs. So one of the things I would be looking for are physical energetic changes. And that could mean that you spend some time on that practitioner's massage table twitching. Like one muscle decides to twitch. My favorite case to tell in story form for my students, my Reiki students, is remembering a time when a person came in with their partner. They were the only one getting Reiki. I was so grateful the partner was there because this means I had a witness. And they're laid out on the table, and I'm doing my thing, and I get to one particular part of their body, and it twitches noticeably, largely, loudly. The partner looks up from what they were reading. I look at the partner looks at me. I do it again. Twitch. Again, loud, noticeable, undeniable. I go elsewhere. I do Reiki somewhere else on their body. Nothing. I come back. Twitch. And this happened almost the whole way through the Reiki session that we were having. You might have something that dramatic, and if you're awake, you'll know what's happening. If you don't, if you fall asleep, which is great, you may not know. What I can say in this person's case is they had their eyes closed and they were concentrating just on relaxing themselves. So they were not aware of when I was standing over that part of their body and with my hands over that part of their body to give it energy. Because I even stood in the same position and did something on the other side of their body and it didn't have the effect. So you might get like a genuine, like gross motor physical sensation beyond subtle energy feels. You also might leave feeling either a little more at peace or a little more ready to confront something you need to deal with that has been too much for whatever reason. This could be a difficult conversation with a partner. This could be a difficult conversation with someone with whom you work. But you're just a little more prepared to take on that additional little bit of stress that you'd been avoiding. That's a good sign the Reiki is working for you. You might generally feel just more emotionally stable, calmer, more able to focus. All of those things can happen sort of on a mental and emotional level, right? There's a few things, honestly, that could be happening that cause this kind of stuff. You might find yourself remembering dreams when you hadn't before, or sleeping better. You might find during the session that you start crying or feeling relief or get that little flash of insight that helps you deal with an issue you've been struggling with. All of those things have happened in Reiki sessions that I have done. You might find yourself a little more insightful, maybe even a little better able to trust your own instincts, your gut, your own psychic abilities, because they're suddenly a little bit more attuned to the universe and therefore a little more accurate. You might also find yourself making positive changes in your life, relationships improving, confidence going up, um, and then that deep sense of well-being and calmness that can come from these sessions. I absolutely recommend Reiki if you're feeling stressed out, whether that's because you have a physical illness that's serious, real, needs attention. Reiki is a good adjunct therapy to that. It lets you focus. It lets healing be the focus for the time of the session. But I would also recommend it if just you have a stressful life anyway. Dealing with something big, grieving a loss, these are all good reasons to come grab some Reiki and just find yourself more centered than you had been. A little over time today, so I hope you guys have a wonderful, energizing, relaxing week. For now, blessed be. We'll see you tomorrow.